Welcome back to the week, ladies and gentlemen. Last week I had on a wonderful group of guys here that talked about the Rod Bender's Bass Tournament, and it was such an interesting topic, and I know that the community is going to come out and get involved, that I wanted to come back with them again this week. So being joined now in the studio by none other than the tournament director, and I'm going to share a little bit more little information about this gentleman here in just a moment, but I'm being joined today by none other than Mr. Rod Phillips. Rod, welcome to the show.
Roy, yes, thank you, Alton.
Hey, it's a pleasure to sit down with you, Roy, and I know that you've been on the show back when I met a gentleman by the name of Dale Hill.
Yes,
I think you've been on with him in the past, and the legendary, I was told, Mr. Eddie Champion, who is the founder of Rod Bender's Bass Tournament. But before we get started, Roy, if you don't mind, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm your avid angler, I guess you would say. Been in the Rod Benders for 25 years. That's my passion, that's my heart. So as a tournament director, that was pulled upon me to pretty much run the tournaments and make sure everything was done on the up and up. So that's what I try to do as tournament director.
Oh, okay, all right. So making sure that everything is done on the up and up, I would say. And there's one of your fellow anglers that I had on last week by the name, you probably know this gentleman, Mr. Mike Murphy.
Yes, sir.
That name ring a bell?
Yes, sir.
And he was being humble, and he didn't share a little known fact that he was the Angler of the Year in 2023, right?
Right.
So that really didn't even faze you at all, right?
Well, yes, it did.
Kind of, sort of, right? Okay, because I understand that you are a 10-year Angler of the Year, correct?
Yes, sir.
So it didn't even faze you, whatever. So.
Well, see, Mike didn't tell you I was without a boat for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
He didn't tell you that part.
So he won one of those years that you out of. I got it. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you the question there, Roy, if you don't mind. It sounds like there's a little competition going on there, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Great competition.
Great competition.
Yes, sir.
So when people come out, what do you expect? What do you want them to take away from the Rod Bender's Bass Club?
That we're one of the best of the best. We run a legit tournament. We welcome anybody, any angler, whether it be your wife, your grandson, your daughter, your son. You know, hey, we welcome everybody. Okay. But it's going to be ran fair and professional. So, you know, when you come out, just feel like you're part of a great group. And that's how we want you to leave, thinking that, hey, I was with one of the best, and I got a great showing because of it. So
very good.
As a tournament director, I'm going to make sure that happens. Okay.
Now, I know that, I'm sure that you have a team of people that work with you.
Yes, sir.
You want to name some of the individuals there, if you don't
mind? This year, we pretty much got to set it up based on how we're going to run our event at the new facility. So
gotcha.
as far as who all going to be on my committee, we'll find that out this Saturday when we go out and survey the land. So we're going to have a big committee, but it'll be ran right.
Okay, all right. Well, I can tell you, you guys have a beautiful facility that you will be operating from. The brand new, just opened last year, brand new facility. And so I know that you will thoroughly enjoy being out there. How do people get involved? Other people from the community, from outside, how do they get involved with you all to participate?
We're going to be down that Friday setting up, doing anything. So if anybody got any information or something they want to see us do or want to be a part of, then they can come out that Friday before the competition, or they can go on our website and contact Mr. Dale Hill, which is our activity director, not activity director, but he's pretty much involved in making sure everything come together from the standpoint of what we do and how we do it.
Okay, all right. I think Dale is here in the studio as well. I'm going to bring him on to kind of give me some of those particulars as well, because I'm sure there's an entry fee and stuff like that.
It is, it is. And our entry fee, as we got on our flyer.
And you may well, use that for us if you don't mind.
Right. We got our flyers that's pretty much all over LaGrange at this point. And as you see on the flyers, we pretty much tell you what we're giving away. We're giving away $10,000 first place. Oh. That's if we get 150 boats. We're giving away $7,000 if we get 100 boats. And we're looking for over 150 boats.
Yeah.
So you guarantee $10,000 first place. Entry fee is $250 if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
I'm trying to see if it's on our flyer here.
Okay, all right, and we'll get all those particulars, but you said the website, get all this information.
RodBendersBassClub.org is .com is our website, and we can go to our website and you can register now for the tournament if that's what you want to do.
Absolutely, because we're here inside of a month away from it, because it's going to be taking place on April the 27th out at the West Point Lake. So definitely we want people that are listening to get involved. And is there a number, you said a website, is there a number that they can call to get
We
more
got two
information?
numbers here. We got our president, Carlos Mixon, which is 407-635-7592, or you can call Mr. Eddie Champion, which is 404-626-9805.
Okay. Well,
and they will hook you right up.
Yeah, we want to definitely make sure that people come on out, because the weather's going to be nice and beautiful.
Supposed to be nice. Supposed to be nice.
And it sounds like it is always an enjoyment. And I had on, of course, Carlos Mixon, and his wife, Dr. Angela Mixon, is doing some things for the families as well, for the ones that don't necessarily go out and actually fish. So we're definitely looking forward to that taking, because I think that's a first for the Lady Benderettes. I want to get it right.
Right.
The Lady Benderettes coming out as well. So again, if you don't mind, Roy, just kind of tell us a little bit about what people can expect.
As a participant in the tournament that we're going to be giving, okay, you got to have license. You got to have your Georgia license.
Okay, that's
we reciprocate with Alabama, so you don't have to have both. But if you got Alabama license, you can still fish it. If you got a Georgia license, you can still fish it.
Okay.
Fishings, it's got to be 14 for largemouth inches, 12 inches on spotted bass.
Okay.
So you're allowed to bring 5 fish to the scale, and when you catch your 6th fish, you must cull. And that means the smallest fish in your live well, you can throw him out and put your biggest one in.
Okay.
So you just want to cull up. You just want to keep culling up. So if you got 5 in your box and they all weigh 2 pounds, then your next fish is 3, then that's what you want to drop in. You want to take one of your 2-pounders out and put your 3 in. So you want to just keep adding up your weight.
Gotcha. Okay.
So at the end of the day, if you got 20 pounds, you're looking to get in that check line. So, it's going to be a good event.
Yeah, that's interesting to know. So minnows wouldn't make it.
No, you got to fish with artificial, and that's part.
Put in the bucket.
Right. If you put little minnows in,
you're not adding up.
You're not adding up at any. So if you start culling 3-pounders, you had a good day. You've had a good day on West Point.
Well, very good. Well, Roy, I want to thank you very much. I definitely want to bring on the last rod bender for this show, Mr. Dale Hill, and I definitely want to thank you, gentlemen, for definitely coming into our community and bringing this event. We know that it hadn't happened since 2019, right before COVID there. So, but we definitely, you guys are calling this the homecoming event.
Yes,
We're looking forward to the homecoming event.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week coming up in just a moment.
Hey everybody, Quay Body here, Mayor Pro Tem for the City of LaGrange, and we are here at Sweetland. We'll be back here on Saturday, April 13th, starting at 10 a.m. for the Ride for Mayor Willie T. and Car Show. We want to continue on the legacy that Dr. Edmondson left. All proceeds will go to scholarships for the Memorial Scholarship Fund that Dr. Willie T. Edmondson started. It'll be $25 per car if you plan on entering the show, but it's free to the public. It's going to be a great time. Bring out your friends, bring out your family for this great cause. At 12 p.m., we'll do a short ceremony, and then we'll take off in a ride, riding all the way to Antioch, Georgia, which is the childhood home of Dr. Willie T. Edmondson. For more information, you can email qbody@lagrangega.org. We can't wait to see you there.
Welcome back, City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Now to close out the show for the Rod Benders Bass Club, I have on none other than, I'm not going to call him legendary, because Mr. Eddie is legendary.
Yes, sir.
But he is
True
definitely, truly a champion, a person who needs no introduction here, but I'm going to do it anyway. I have on now none other than Mr. Dale Hill. Dale, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Alton, so good to be back. It's been a while since we've been together. So we've been so excited to be back in the building and be back in in the county.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know what? When my phone went off and I saw Dale Hill, I went, "Oh my God, that's a blast from the past."
Yes, sir.
We've not spoken for quite a while, but we're definitely glad that you all are back here in the community, and you brought a tremendous, terrific team of individuals. Your president, Mr. Carlos Mixon, your vice president, Mr. Mike Murphy. You had on the tournament director, Mr. Roy Phillips. So I wanted to say thank you for what you guys have done and what you're going to do here for our community. But Dale, before I jump into that, if you don't mind, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, you know, I've been a ride bender for 21 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I came in like 2002, 3, and I've been a member since, active as I possibly can be. My career path has kind of kept me from doing the kind of fishing that I've wanted to do.
Okay.
But I've been able to be positioned in a place, and the club has empowered me to be able to do these things, to bring about more visibility to what we do, to more visibility about our goals and objectives, you know, because we're more than a bass club. We're more about the community. We understand the economies of scale and what we bring to the table in terms of when we move and how we move around, in terms of our economic impact, the dollars that we spend, the impact that we bring to an area. And we've been very blessed over the 15 years that we've done this to have our home lake, which is West Point, the beautiful West Point Lake that we consider our home lake, and the love that we've gotten from the city, from the county, working with, you know, city council, with the Chamber of Commerce over the years, working with local vendors in the area who supported us time and time again. And what's really exciting for me, and one of the things I love the most, is that we have gotten such a great relationship with the fishing community and their families, and the local community and their families. They come out to our events and in better terms than some of the national events, because they know that we give back. We give our time and energy. We get prizes. We have fun activity for the kids, and that is a love that we all share as rod benders, that we want to have an impact when we leave a place. And you know, it's so wonderful to hear the comments that we've gotten online, directly when we stop in the store. You guys are coming back, because COVID really did a number on the ride
Yes,
benders,
it did.
like the rest of the world. We lost some wonderful members. It put us back in terms of having to refocus, reorganize our lives around our fishing, our own personal lives, just like everybody else in the world. And so we were trying to come back and last year, but it did not line up in terms of scheduling. But this year is really significant and very important to us that we can come back in a big, big way. That's why we wanted to come to the community, because they've been so gracious to us, and then invite them out to be a part of it. So
very good.
We're real excited.
Very good. And we're definitely excited about you guys being here. You mentioned a number of things that I don't want to touch on before our time expires. So, Dale, the economic impact to our community.
Sure.
And wrap that into sponsorships, if you don't mind.
Well, you know, when you come into an area, any business, you know, LaGrange is becoming a destination place. You know, Wolf Creek, all the wonderful things that are coming here. The Chamber of Commerce and the local government has done such a wonderful job positioning the city to take advantage of these opportunities. And we, fortunately, we feel we've been one of those early opportunities, because we were bringing hundreds of men, not just from the local area, but from Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, Florida, who are coming in, staying in LaGrange, eating in LaGrange, heads in beds in LaGrange.
That's right.
You know, the importance of, and we understand the dynamics and the importance of that. So the rod benders have been able to empower ourselves with it, because we recognize that we are a force driver when we come in. We leave substantial money when we come and leave.
And we thank you for that, too.
And we appreciate it, because it's surely appreciated. We know that those dollars impact who a person can hire, who somebody can get a raise. We know how these dollars trickle back, and it's important for us to do that. So it's good that the community knows that, because it's not just us coming in, doing our thing, and leaving. You know, we take that very personal and serious about it. So just kind of letting you know our philosophy about that.
Very good. Now, let me ask you, you guys are going to be out at the beautiful Oak Fusky Center.
Boy.
Yeah.
Let's say that again.
Beautiful Okhofsky. Yes.
Conservative Center. It is incredible.
Yeah, why did you, and I know the reason why, but just tell us a little bit.
Well, Rob Benders always, we pride ourselves in setting the benchmark, the standard that everybody else has to follow. And because West Point has been our home lake, to see the investment that has gone in, the millions of dollars have gone into making this facility what it is and taking that park and ramp to a whole nother level, it was incumbent upon us to be able to go and use our resources, use our relationships to facilitate being there, because we want the people of LaGrange who haven't experienced, Okhofsky, to come in and see us do what we've normally done with the showmobile stage that we've gotten from LaGrange over the years, but we're going to be there. We're going to do our presentation. We're going to do all our events there, so they get a chance to experience it. We have bad weather, we can get indoors.
That's right.
We got bathrooms, they're indoors.
Yeah.
It's such a prideful point. When I first walked in, I was like, wow. I was just blown away how beautiful it was, and we love West Point in that it has been so good to us, and to be able to see the transition and the growth that's happening, we feel we got a little part in
That's
that.
right.
So we wanted to have that facility to be a benchmark and tell our story, and what, this is how it should be done.
Right.
The way the Rob Benders do it.
Absolutely. Before my time expires, you guys always involve kids, and I think that's a tremendous thing that you do. Why is it so important to involve the kids?
We believe that the evolution of any opportunity for a kid to grow and learn and interface with people, especially around sport, there are skills and things that children learn and see and observe when you see professional men and women, conducting themselves in a bass fishing environment. How we communicate to each other. Just seeing those attributes that are so important to make a kid develop. We can all think back to when we were fishing with our grandmothers, granddads, mom and dads. The lessons that we learned just on the banks. Now you come in an environment where you see men that look like you sometimes, and people that you look like people in your community, and people that are around you, your teachers, your governor, your mayor, and people that are doing things in a whole nother way that you haven't experienced. And we love bringing everybody together, because one thing about the Rob Benders, we're a very diverse group. Our people come from everywhere. And the people that fish with us. There's no color. We want everybody to come enjoy fellowship, because God has created us to do that way.
Right.
And it's important to us that we see ourselves and people see us that way.
Very good. You mentioned, going back, and I'm gonna close out with this. You mentioned about going back to fishing on the banks and various things with your parents and stuff of that nature. Just a couple of questions that some of the fellow anglers wanted to know. Even though I know you said you don't get a chance to kind of get in there fishing.
You're not talking about the guys that I'm with there.
There were just a couple of questions that I wanted to ask.
Alton, I thought you were my friend.
I'm your friend, Dale, but I just want to ask, someone wanted to know what bait do you use? Because evidently you must be catching some pretty big fish there.
I do pretty well on West Point when we're in the club, when we fish out here and catch each other. We've done pretty well.
All right.
Well, one of my favorite baits on the lake is a baby brush hog.
Baby brush hog. Okay.
Watermelon green or green pumpkin.
Okay.
And there's a little elements I add to it, but you have to figure that out. You have to see them on the lake to get that part.
Okay. All right.
That's one of my go-to baits, and I always catch fish on that bait.
Okay.
Dragging it behind a Carolina rig or,
Okay.
On a shaky head.
So all of that, because I'm not a fisherman, so all that just kind of went.
I understand.
But maybe your anglers, they understood.
Our audience does.
Okay.
They know.
Well, Dale, I want to thank you very much for your time.
I want to tell you one other thing.
Yes, sir.
We have some local vendors that I want the people to know that are really supporting, and I really want them to go out and support them locally. GLL Marine is coming on with us this year as a sponsor. They're our big fish sponsor this year. They are a marine company, of a retailer here in LaGrange. They also, Matt Hedrick, the owner, and his family and team, they do major tournaments on the lake as well.
Okay.
But they are drivers in the community. They have businesses, multiple businesses here in LaGrange, and they've been just a tremendous support to us. And I really want the community to know that they are investing in this as well.
Very good.
And we do a lot of stuff with all the various hotel chains, and the Patel chain, which Quality Inn, La Quinta Inn, the Wyndham. All the properties that support us, giving our anglers, an opportunity to come and stay at their properties, Holiday Inn Suites Express. And we really want to just shout at them and say thank you. And our friends over at the 109 Waffle House, we lost a wonderful lady, Deborah, who was a previous manager. She died during COVID.
Oh, wow.
And I recently found out, I was so high, because she always was a supporter. Waffle House was one of our sponsors at one time and came out and supported us. So I want to shout out to them and just say thank you, because we've been embraced so well by this town, and we don't forget it.
Very good. Well, Dale, very fitting, and we definitely are looking forward to April the 27th at the beautiful Oak Fusky Center there.
$10,000.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yes, anglers, come get it.
Come on out, absolutely. And Dale kind of threw out there some of the things that he used.
That's right.
So we'll see, right?
There are some real sticks on West Point, so they know. They know what to do.
All right. Well, Dale, thank you. I want to say once again, thank you to you, to Roy Phillips, the tournament director, to Mike Murphy, vice president, to Carlos Mixon, president, for bringing back once again the homecoming event of Rod Bender's Bass Club to West Point Lake.
I think you got a chance to see a change. We're a generational change that's happening with the Rod Benders. One of the reasons why I wanted them here today is to know that we're in good hands.
That's right.
We've got wonderful new leadership who are bright ideas, think outside of the box, are men who also have the love and passion for the club and the community. So we're in good hands going forward. So Mr. Champion can sit back easy.
That's
because
right.
he's raised up some wonderful leaders in this club.
Great. Thank you very much, Dale, for your time today, and thank you to the other
Thank you,
gentlemen as
Alton.
well. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week coming up in just a moment.
Hey everybody, Quay Body here, Mayor Pro Tem for the City of LaGrange, and we are here at Sweetland. We'll be back here on Saturday, April 13th, starting at 10 a.m. for the Ride for Mayor Willie T. and Car Show. We want to continue on the legacy that Dr. Edmondson left. All proceeds will go to scholarships for the Memorial Scholarship Fund that Dr. Willie T. Edmondson started. It'll be $25 per car if you plan on entering the show, but it's free to the public. It's going to be a great time. Bring out your friends, bring out your family for this great cause. At 12 p.m., we'll do a short ceremony, and then we'll take off in a ride, riding all the way to Antioch, Georgia, which is the childhood home of Dr. Willie T. Edmondson. For more information, you can email qbody@lagrangega.org. We can't wait to see you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining City Week this week as I continued my show and talking about the Rod Bender's Bass Club. I had on the tournament director, Mr. Roy Phillips, as he talked about the tournament itself and all the things that you can get involved with as far as the competitions are concerned, and there will be prizes that will be awarded. I also had on Mr. Dale Hill, who is behind the scenes, kind of that pull everything together type guy, and he just talked about all of the things such as the sponsorship, the economic impact, and also the relationship that they built over the 15-year period of being here in LaGrange. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed these interviews, and as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.